There's a really big thing coming up, you guys. You're gonna wanna watch this, all right? This is epic. Epic, okay? I've done something like this before, but this is beyond epic. The thing that I've done like this before was for a company specific. What I'm doing now is the 90-day run, and I know I talked about it a little bit already. Today I'm gonna put a post in, and it's gonna be like a ramp up, like here's the things that you're gonna need, that sort of post. You're gonna see that in there. So you know how I keep saying things like 2021, that my people are going to crush 2021, that 2021 belongs to my folks, right? I'm not joking when I say that. And I'm not overinflating when I say that. When I say that, I know a lot of things. And I know a lot of things I can't talk about, but I also know a lot of things that I am planning on doing as well. And the amount of support and direction that I am giving my people is going to allow them to crush 2021. And what crushing 2021 means, you guys, is owning it, making it yours. No longer living a life of being sort of batted back and forth by circumstances. Like, well, oh, now I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. Instead of that life, what we can do, you guys, is we can show up as in a life that we have designed, okay? In a life that we say, here's how I'm gonna serve. And I feel amazing every single day because I get to show up in this way and I get to help other people's lives be better. And every single one of us has that capacity within us, right? Every single one of us are able to show up as that person. But the thing is we need good direction. We need people around us that are pushing us to go instead of saying, oh, why are you doing that? And oh, I don't know about that. Like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. You guys, my communities, I've talked about this before. I curate the culture of my communities, okay? So I am not a doormat by any means. I love everybody. I want everybody to succeed. But if you're gonna go sideways in any of my communities, and if you are going to spew fear, and if you are going to spew any sort of limiting beliefs in my space, other than from a place of wanting to grow, but instead like just spewing it in other ways, if you do that, it's going to be like a thank you, you maybe need to find somewhere else to learn, okay? That is how I mitigate, that is how I keep my communities clean, and that is how I make sure that people in those groups, you guys, are growing, okay? My groups are a safe space. So whenever I show up and I teach you stuff, you guys know that the other people that are in there with you alongside you are there doing the same thing. Do you know what that can do for you? Do you know what just that one thing can do for you? Having a group of other people all moving in the same direction, do you know how hard it is to stand still in a group of people that are all moving one way? It's hard to stand still. And you guys, that's what we need, is for people around us to make it hard to stand still, right? If we want to show up in this world, if we want to change this world in a positive way, it needs to be hard for us to stand still, okay? And that is what my groups are doing, okay? So that is, now let's talk about the actual challenge. The actual thing that I'm going to be doing, you guys, is a 90-day run to turn your side gig into your main gig, okay? A 90-day run that's going to help move you from the 9-to-5 job that you may not love, and your side gig can become that main gig, okay? So what that means is that you're able to stay home with your kids if that's what you want to do. You're able to hire a tutor if that's what you want to do, right? you're able to go to Target in the middle of the day. If that's what you want to do. And you guys, whenever we do what we want to do, then we can start being used. That's the really interesting thing that happens when we move into a space of doing what we desire, doing our heart's desire. My belief is that our heart's desire is given to us, okay, along with the skill sets to make that happen, all right? And then the people, the teachers, start showing up in front of you. Hi. Then you start moving forward. Then you can start making these things happen in your world. So 90 days, every single day, I am going to be posting an action item, okay, for you to be pushing the needle. So within 90 days, you should be out of your main gig, and your side gig should have been able to take over for that. Okay. Now, if you're a brain surgeon and you make lots and lots of money every year, it may take longer than 90 days to cover that, okay? But for most people's incomes, 90 days is probably all I need to help you move to get that income for you, okay? That's what we're doing, is we're moving from side gig or from main gig to side gig. Your side gig is becoming your main gig, so your main gig is no longer necessary. Now, some people might say, but I love my main gig. I love my job. Well, that's awesome. Then stay there, right? Then stay there. But you don't have to. It's so much nicer to work a job you don't have to work, right? It's just a different kind of energy whenever you're going into work, to work a job that you don't have to work. At any point, if it doesn't feel in alignment with you anymore, you could be like, hey, all right, I think I'm done here. I think we're done. I had fun and this has been great, but I just don't really feel it anymore. And you can make your own choices. You guys, that's what this is about. Living life on our terms, showing up in the way we desire to show up in the world, serving in the way that we desire to serve in the world, so to then be able to show people around us what that looks like. This is a wave, you guys. So my program, Home-Based Revolution, is called Revolution for a reason. It was not just because we needed an R, okay? It wasn't like it could have been Home-Based Rabbits, right? Like, it wasn't like that. It was that Mike and I sat here and we were like, what are we gonna call this thing? And what feels right? And when we hit on revolution, we were like, that's it. Because that's what it is, you guys. We live in a world right now where we're told that we need to go to college and we need to take on a lot of debt in order to do that. And then we need to go work for the workforce, and we need to start out not making much money, and then maybe we'll make more, and maybe we'll make more. And that is pseudo security, which I say pseudo security because people lose their jobs all the time. They think the 9-to-5 job is the secure thing to do. Well, for our parents and our grandparents, yeah, maybe, right? Not anymore, you guys. Let's stop acting like it's what it was 50 years ago. It's not. It's not, okay? If we hang our hat on just this, it's not going to take us where we want it to take us, right? We're worth more than that. Our kids are worth more than that. We need to be able to show our kids how to be able to do this, you guys, and what it looks like to have true and real freedom. Because again, I'm going to circle back. When we have true and real freedom, you guys, we show up from our hearts. We show up in service. My belief, you guys, is that we are all at our core good, right? We all want what's best for people around us. But the thing is we get anxious, we get depressed, we get scared, because of this money stuff. All because of like, am I going to have enough money to make ends meet at the end of the month? Am I going to be able to pay for this thing for my kids? Am I going to be able to give my kids the life that I think they deserve? Am I going to be able to give them a better life than what I grew up with, right? Those are things that we care about. And so whenever we get stressed out, because maybe our job isn't giving us enough money, or cost of living is increasing, but your pay isn't increasing, there's stress upon stress upon stress upon stress that is suffocating us as people. And so we can't show up in love. right? We have to be able to let go of all of this and show up in love for our community and for our people. And the best way to do that, you guys, is to create things, is to create this world for our people. And that's what I'm teaching you in HBR, okay? It's essentially, it's everything that I have done. I don't teach you guys stuff that I don't do. All of my people in HBR, the stuff that I teach you, you can watch me do it. You can watch me doing all of this stuff. I don't stop doing it. Why would I stop doing something that works, right? If my job is to change this world from the inside out, by golly, I'm going to do it. And it's going to be through you guys, okay? So that's what HBR is all about. Also, for the 90-day run, make sure that you join the group, okay? That is in the description of the video. So you just click on the link, join the group to make sure that you're in there, okay? I dare you to go learn from somebody, except don't, because you're wasting your time and your money. But if you were to go learn from somebody else that teaches this stuff, very likely they don't even do what they teach. Very likely. They're running on Facebook ads to a cold audience and crossing their fingers, okay? They're not actually doing what they're teaching, which means they don't even know if it works, and likely it doesn't, or why they would be doing it, right? I mean, it's so important for you guys to know that. I'm knee deep in this industry, so I know.